What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Next Bite. I'm Danye and I'm your host, and today we're talking meal budgeting strategies and specifically lunches. There will be a part 1 and part 2 of this series because part 1 is lunch and part 2 is dinner. So I'm really excited. I know you guys love listening to the budgeting side of food choices and healthy choices and whole foods and meal prep. And sometimes it just takes crunching the numbers and talking through that at a specific location to help figure out how to translate it to another location. So today we're talking Trader Joe's, and I know not everybody listening has access to a local Trader Joe's. Typically I don't, but I was traveling this past weekend from Mandeville through Baton Rouge up to the Shreveport-Bossier City area of Louisiana. So I almost always stop at Trader Joe's in Baton Rouge and stock up. So I'm really excited to share with you what I had, how much it cost, what the portions and the servings looked like, and what the cost per serving actually looked like. And I want y'all to take this, whether you're shopping at Trader Joe's or not, take this and apply it to your local grocery store.
You're listening to The Next Bite, a food and fitness podcast hosted by yours truly, Danye Phillips. For nearly a decade, I've helped hundreds of women conquer their struggles around food and exercise. With a little bit of science,
creamy, salty, sweet, and oaky nuttiness. You detect that?
And humor.
Oh, I'm detecting nuttiness.
Close your eyes.
I'm here to break down nutrition one bite at a time so that you can take one more daily struggle off your plate. Now, I know you're short on time, so in each episode, I'll help you navigate conflicting diet trends.
Everybody says flavor's so important, and it is, but texture matters more.
Confusing food labels.
No! Spit that out right now!
And crazy health claims that bombard your brain daily.
MSG, the king of flavor.
I'm gonna nerd out about the research so that you don't have to, and I'll be able to guide you in deciphering what's optimal versus what's your best option that's available to you in that moment.
Jonesing for a cupcake, and I was having a mild pregnancy tantrum that I could not get a cupcake even though I owned a cupcake shop.
If you're wondering why the world is constantly talking about protein and macros,
give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Or just trying to answer the never-ending question, what's for dinner?
Started making it, had a breakdown, bon appetit.
You're in the right place. Are you ready? Let's go find your next bite.
So I'm going to dive right in, and a quick disclaimer, the nutritional information and the pricing probably will be different. Maybe not Trader Joe's to Trader Joe's, but if you're at a different grocery store or you're choosing a different brand, but similar to what I'm talking about, just know it will vary depending on where you are. So keep that into account. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to take this information and put together a bunch of different lunches that are very similar and ideally under $9. So I will be reading off of my notes a good bit, and I'll be ad-libbing as well. Y'all know, if you know me and you've listened to this podcast before, even if I have a script or a template or bullet points, I tend to stray from them because I'm a jibber jabber. So diving in, my food budget right now, I'm aiming to spend less than $12.50 per meal and less than $6.25 per snack. And I came up with this based on using my food budget worksheet, which I will link that in the show notes. So make sure if you're looking to figure out what your food budget is and what you want to spend per meal or per snack per day, go check that out. It's totally free. And it can change, it can vary over time, and actually I probably need to redo mine because my budget has recently changed. I'm in the process of moving from Louisiana to Florida, so I'm very excited about that. I will be closer to a Trader Joe's, so I'm very excited about that. But these are two numbers, and specifically the $12.50 today is what my mindset is on when I go to the grocery store and I'm looking to purchase pre-made meal prep company food or pre-made meals. And the meals, the lunches that we're talking about today are a little bit more in depth than just a single meal prep item, like with everything in it ready to go. I'm typically getting a salad that might have some type of chicken with it and then adding some fruit or some additional chicken to the meal to make sure that I'm getting enough fiber and enough protein per meal. Number 1, Chinese-inspired salad with chicken. So not chicken salad, but salad with chicken. There were 3.5 servings per container, and I'm planning to eat the entire thing because each serving is only 80 calories. There's 21 grams of protein for the entire container. And this container was $5.99, so we're off to a good start. I'm adding a serving of grilled chicken strips that are $1.99 per serving, and there's 4 servings per container. Each serving has 22 grams of protein per a 3-ounce serving. So this is pre-cooked, pre-grilled chicken strips. And we'll add that to it. And then I'm also adding 2 small Honeycrisp apples, which provide about 4 grams of fiber for the 2 apples and cost 87 cents. The cost for this entire lunch is $8.85 and includes 43 grams of protein and 7.5 grams of fiber for this entire meal. Now notice I'm only going to talk about protein and fiber, maybe a little bit about calories for all of these lunch options. It would take a really long time for us to go through everything. So just keep that in mind. I'm focusing on protein and fiber, but that's not to say that some of these items aren't high calorie or higher in total carbs or higher in fats. So I do tend to choose options that are leaner protein options, lower in fat, and higher in fiber, but sometimes I do have higher total carb options depending on whether I'm eating these as a part of maybe a pre-workout meal, and I do want to support that workout with more energy, more carbohydrates. So just keep that in mind as I go through these. We're not talking in depth about the fats or the total carbohydrates. Lunch option number 2. I chose a broccoli slaw and kale salad with chicken. There were 2.5 servings per container for $4.99. And again, I'm planning to eat the entire container. 18 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber in the entire container. I'm adding a serving size of the same grilled chicken strips for $1.99 per serving. Again, that's 22 grams of protein per a 3-ounce serving. I'm also adding 5.5 ounces of blueberries to this salad for $1.99, and those are going to give me about 2 grams of fiber. So in total, this meal cost me $8.97 and had about 40 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber. Number 3, Mediterranean-style orzo pasta salad with spinach and sun-dried tomatoes. I know it sounds like a mouthful, but it's all in one package. This container had 2.5 servings, and it was $4.99. It had 22.5 grams of protein for the container and 7.5 grams of fiber. It's pretty wicked awesome. I was also going to add 5.5 ounces of blueberries to this salad for $1.99 for about 2 more grams of fiber, and another serving of the grilled chicken strips for $1.99, adding 22 grams of protein for that 3-ounce serving. In total, this meal cost me $8.97 and had a total of about 44.5 grams of protein and 9.5 grams of fiber. You might be thinking, Danye, this is a lot of protein and a lot of fiber, maybe way more than I'm used to, and you might be right. And in truth, when I sat down to eat this is one of the first ones I had. I hadn't worked out that day yet. I wasn't very hungry. I'd been sitting on the couch working all morning. I made it all, and then I only ended up eating about half of it. I ate the other half for dinner later on. So it may be that these lunch meals become 2 meals for you instead of 1. It may just depend on how hungry you are. And if you're not used to eating somewhere between 30 and 50 grams of protein per meal, then yeah, you might want to start off a little bit lighter, and that's okay. We'll dive into that in a different episode, but just know that there's lots of room for flexibility with these, and I'm just sharing with you a few different ways that you can get very high protein and higher fiber in particular meals. Moving on, number 4, I chose a green goddess salad with chicken. This was $5.99 for the entire container that had 12 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. Again, I added a serving of those grilled chicken strips for $1.99 per serving, 22 grams of protein per a 3-ounce serving. I also added in 2 small Honeycrisp apples, which provide about 4 grams of fiber and cost 87 cents. In total, this meal cost me about $8.87 and had 34 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. If you're not familiar with your daily fiber recommendation, it can vary, but typically anywhere from 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day is a solid recommendation and place to aim for. So if you take, 30 and divide it by 3 to 4 big, meals per day, you're probably looking at about maybe 8 to 10 grams of fiber per serving, roughly, somewhere in there. So just something, fun fact to keep in mind. And number 5, buffalo style chicken wrap. $5.49 with 30 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. Also adding 2 small Honeycrisp apples, which again, 4 grams of fiber for 87 cents. So in total, this meal cost me $6.36 and provided 30 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. So that is the 5 meals. Let's do a quick recap. Meal number 1, Chinese-inspired salad with chicken, $8.85, 43 grams of protein, 7.5 grams of fiber. Number 2, broccoli slaw and kale salad with chicken, $8.97, 40 grams of protein and 6 grams of fiber. Number 3, Mediterranean-style orzo pasta salad with spinach and sun-dried tomatoes, $8.97 and 44.5 grams of protein, 9.5 grams of fiber. 4, green goddess salad with chicken, $8.87, 34 grams of protein and 8 grams of fiber. And last but not least, number 5, that buffalo style chicken wrap, $6.36 and 30 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber. If y'all can see, the theme throughout here was I chose some type of salad for the most part that came with chicken. However, the chicken that came with the salad wasn't enough to help me reach my goal of getting to about 30 to 50 grams of protein per meal. So you can kind of see everything had a base of some type of salad. I added chicken to it, and then I also added a fruit that was going to help increase my fiber intake. So if there's a big takeaway from here, it's that to hit your protein and your fiber goal, you may need to be a little more intentional about what you choose in your meal. And just because a meal has, is made of salad and has a vegetable in there and says it has chicken in it, doesn't necessarily mean that it's enough to help you reach your health and fitness goals. All that being said, it could be that you're in a phase of life where you very frequently are at a fast food or a fast casual restaurant and the salad is not always available as an option. Or maybe you're getting the salad and that is your kind of first baby step towards those smaller health and fitness goals that will help you reach the long-term goals. So if your mindset has been, hey, I got the salad instead of something fried, then awesome, you're making positive changes. Now I want your next step to be, okay, if you typically order the salad, let's order the salad or buy the salad that has a little bit of chicken in it or whatever protein source you like. Once you start making that a habit and you're like, okay, I'm getting used to having this protein source added to my salad, now we can start looking at how much protein is in it. Is it enough and do we need to add a little bit more to it? So that's where we're gonna wrap things up for today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm enjoying sharing budgeting tips and talking about food costs and how to make it more reasonable for your lifestyle and the goals that you have to reach. So let me know what your thoughts are. Again, part 2 will be coming next week, and we'll be focused on dinner. So if you like this style of content and you want to know what else I bought from Trader Joe's, stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, or if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. And then just a quick reminder, this should be going out what day of the week? I'm aiming to post on Tuesdays for the podcast. So if you're listening to this the day it goes out, it should be on November 26th. I have 2 upcoming workshops, nutrition workshops. They will be on Saturday, December 7th, and Wednesday, December 11th. So if you are local to, Northwest Louisiana and you want to attend these nutrition workshops in person, I would love to host you. I will have links to each workshop event in the show notes so you can check out the details, but we had a macros and mocktails theme for November workshops, and December will be Healthy Holidays, a Snacks and Sips edition. So I'm very excited. We'll have some holiday themed mocktails and some holiday themed snacks. And of course, we'll be doing some nutrition, shop talk as well, but there will be lots of food and beverage mixed in between there. So very interactive, lots of fun, but I'll put those links in the show notes for you below. And other than that, I'm going to wish you an early happy Thanksgiving, and I will talk to y'all in the next episode. Bye for now.
That's it for today's bite-sized insights. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with a friend who has mentioned the topic of today's chat and help spread the word. Thank you for your ratings, reviews, and support. They mean the world to me, and they are what help me to continue creating this show. Until next time, I hope you enjoy your next bite.
If you are what you eat, then I only want to eat the good stuff.